Hey, how's it going?
Jump in. Come on.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I'll be fast as I can here. Yeah. Thank you so much, by the way.
Hey.
My name's Luke.
Luke, I'm Josh.
Nice to meet you, Josh.
Tana.
Nice to meet you. Yeah.
So, I am a domestic abuse survivor.
Wow.
And I do a lot of charity work and help a lot of women get out of those situations and realize that they have purpose and meaning, and try to help them get back on their feet. I do a lot of public speaking on it. Idaho does have a huge domestic violence issue. The U.S. in general does, but I feel like Idaho, it's still a very, very taboo subject. And I'm completely open about what happened to me. I was almost murdered in 2009. And so I share my story as much as I can, and I'd like to empower women to know that they can get out of that and they can have a wonderful life after the fact.
Wow, that's really amazing.
So that's definitely something that is on me daily. I try to be positive for people as much as I can.
Like I said, part of this is about, people feeling like the country is divided. Is that something that you think is true? Is there solidarity? Is it all in the news? You know what I mean?
I do feel a little bit of division, especially 2020 after like the George Floyd incident, and I feel like that's kind of when it came out. I'm adopted and I'm half African American, and I never questioned anything. And then when all of that started happening, I had a lot of people come to me and ask me questions, and then I started questioning stuff as far as that aspect. But there's definitely division. I'm one of those people, though, I can get along with pretty much anybody. If you're a good person, I don't care who you love, who you marry, what you do, just don't be a bad person. So I try not to have that division, but we all have opinions on things that are happening in the world. More people need to understand that it's not us against each other, that, well, I'll just say it. It's us against the government. I'm anti-government. I'll throw it out there. I don't care. And I feel like if people actually came together, that there would be less things happening in government on both parties if we all just kind of came together and people understood that we run the government should not run us. I'll say it. I voted for Trump.
Yeah.
I voted for Obama though too. So I'm very open. I tend to vote on not whether they are red or blue or have an R or a D, more so of their policies and what I think. I support Trump's policies for the most part. I do believe we have an issue with the migrants coming over and doing the things. And now obviously he's trying to fix that. But the thing that gets me is everybody is upset about it, but they don't remember Obama also deported 3 million people, so it's... But I voted for him, I'll say it, which shocks people when I tell them I did, because they're like, you're half black, like you shouldn't, and it's not even. My thought process on that is, if everybody had the same thoughts and same ideas, we would be an absolutely boring country.
Yeah.
Like, us being the melting pot and everybody having different ideas and different thought processes makes us the country that we are, and I do 100% think we are a great country, and I'll probably never get off of that. I'm America first 100%, but I like the fact that we're a melting pot. I have friends on all sides and all aspects of life, and I respect all of their opinions and all of their thoughts. And I wouldn't want people to be the same at all. It would be boring.
I think the divide in our country is pretty media driven. I have less of an issue with government and more of an issue with politicians. I think a government ran by the people is a necessary evil. These roads and the water, and there's things that help keep society running, and that's what the point of government was supposed to be. Politicians have ruined our government, and I believe the media has driven a giant wedge in our country. I believe that the left and the right have a lot more things in common, and the biggest issue our country is facing right now is nobody wants to have hard conversations.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? I'm going up to the junction to head up north towards Riggins. Yo puedo sentarme en la atrás, ¿no? Me da igual.
Dije, voy a dejar a estos muchachos aquí a un trabajo y regreso.
Ok. Sí, está bien. ¡Listo! Wind's getting up. Getting up into the mountains. Dude, Julia Childs would just fucking be loving this place.
I mean, I think I'm in a weird transitionary period in my life where I spent a lot of my life traveling and focused on adventure and getting out of Moscow, Idaho. Lived in China, Australia, bartended in Peru, traveled throughout South America, biked across Cuba, biked across Washington. But now I'm like settling into this life into my hometown. And I'm like kind of grappling with these feelings of like, you know, I studied Chinese in college and I thought I was just gonna live in China or like live somewhere halfway across the world. And the hometown always felt really blasé, right? Like just boring. But then, you know, there's just, I don't know, there's a lot of beauty and I'm just like learning to appreciate that. I'm a liberal. I grew up in a college town, you know, pretty much like through and through. Donald Trump himself, I think he's kind of a charlatan, right? I think he's a kind of like playing people's nature a little bit. But I guess he's probably tapped into a sense of things aren't all right in the country, right? And I think maybe he's tapped into that a little bit for his own advantage. But I don't want to like, because I don't like Donald Trump, I don't want to like discount the ideas and feelings and supporters. And I mean, I live in a liberal college town, but I also live in Idaho, and it's a red state that is part of any town in Idaho, right? And so I work with people who are conservatives. I've had bosses who are conservative. I have people who work under me who are conservatives, and like navigating that in a healthy way is like a really big part of my life, right? And some of these people are like really close friends, and you know, we find ways to talk about these things. We find ways not to talk about them. And I think a huge part to blame is just like the algorithmic media we consume all the time, right? And how much it drives people down holes and how it really drives wedges in people, because it felt like we were having, there's always been the division, right? I was 12 when September 11th happened, lived through the Bush years, and like remember being very clearly on one side, there be, you know, another side, but it felt like we were talking the same language and had the same like core beliefs, and now it feels like we don't have that. And I think that'll change eventually. I hope.
Yeah.
I mean, it will, because everything's temporary, right?
All right, made it to the town of Grangeville, squarely now in northern Idaho.
I'm giving you a ride to Hartford.
Okay, that sounds good. Hi, puppy. I'm Luke.
I'm Bo.
Nice to meet you, Bo. Hi, pup.
That's Hunter.
Hey, Hunter.
I got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in December.
Oh, I'm sorry to
No,
hear
but I'm
that.
doing good. I
You're doing
think I
good?
might even kick it. I took chemo and it hasn't done anything, and the wife's got me on high dose vitamin C and all kinds of supplements, and I think I'm going to kick the sucker.
Right on.
told me I was going to die in 3 months or 6 months. So
No
I'm
kidding.
doing better.
And that was December.
That was December 10th.
Yeah.
Our anniversary.
Yeah.
We got a little farm, you know, we got a few cows, got a garden. The wife's got a high tunnel. She does market, you know, farmer's market.
Yeah.
And, you know, both retired from the Force Service, so we're set pretty good, really. And I think we just kind of enjoy living life of what we do.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's farming, taking care of the dogs and the cows and the chickens or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's not bad at all.
The last question I've been asking people is, so, a lot of people feel the country is pretty divided right now, politics
yeah,
and all that sort of stuff. And I've been trying to figure out how to ask people about that. And honestly,
am I Democrat or Republican, or what do I think of Trump?
What do you think of Trump? That's basically
You know,
what
I like Trump's values, but he needs to keep his mouth shut. And some of the stuff lately he's been doing is like off the wall. But I think his general purpose for the country is better than it's been in the past.
Yeah.
Whether it's good, I don't know. But at least it's trying to bring stuff back to America.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big positive plus. You
Yeah.
know, it's just, otherwise it's good to see some change. A lot of people don't like change, but I think we need some change. I think Obama divided the country in races significantly, and it's kind of a whiplash from side to side. You start rewarding everybody for their minority and their sexuality.
Yeah.
You're going to divide things. I mean,
Yeah.
and again, then you try to take stuff away from people. Giving it's easy. Trying to take it away is not good. People hate to have stuff taken away.
Okay. I just had a wild experience. Hitchhiking on a road like this sucks. Where there's no shoulder. It's just like this super narrow game where you're kind of like end up trying to tuck yourself back in like this. This car semi pulls over, this small car, and this old dude just tells me to get in, get in. Hey, how's it going? Okay, let me get my bag in the back. And, assumably it was because we were blocking traffic, but, I felt a little suspicious. I get in, we start driving, and he says he doesn't want to be interviewed. Anyway. Appreciate it, thank you. Thanks, Luke. Yeah. Thanks again. But he does want to take me this scenic route. He's like, you got time? I'm going to take you up this mountainside, which, in one hand it's a nice gesture, right? But on the other hand, like when you're hitchhiking, it's like a stranger and they're just like, hey, we're already in the middle of nowhere. Can I take you much further into the middle of nowhere where no one will be able to hear you scream? But I didn't say no because, he told me he was 83 and he did look like an older man. And so I was like, well, I'm probably safe here. But he didn't make it that much easier on me. But he kept saying, don't worry, I'll take care of you. And he also told me that he used to be a mechanical engineer in a slaughterhouse and was talking about how the slaughterhouses work. And
there's a reason we don't kill them.
yeah.
We want the blood to pump out. We're not stupid. Yeah. This is the big city of Clearwater.
Yeah, I was a little on edge. We start winding up this meandering back road, paved then becomes gravel, and we go up from about 1,000 feet, 2, 3, 4, closing in on 5,000 feet up, and it just opens up into this magical alpine valley. It was a beautiful place. And it turns out I had this guy, you can get scared when you're hitchhiking, but I had him completely wrong. Like, he was so excited to take me up there. He clearly loves this area.
Ain't that something?
Yeah. Clearly loved to share it. Wanted to spot deer and elk and turkeys with me. And was telling me about how, there's an old lady who lives down by him. And sometimes when she's bored, he'll take her out and drive him up to these places because she likes to count to see how many turkeys she can see. And she's telling me about the history of the area. And it's just vast, open blue skies with these fluffy clouds and these long, rolling farm fields with hay bales and cows surrounded by these giant steep mountains. It was just so dramatic. These old homesteads. It's part of this old Lewis and Clark trail around here. It's like, I mean, this guy was just like such a nice guy. And I mean, I got to thank him. So now I'm at this, we're on the Native American reservation, and I'm at a Campground of America, KOA as they call it. Pretty bad Wi-Fi here. I'm gonna try to do some editing and upload some videos, but we'll see, maybe I will. Maybe I'll just fall asleep in like 20 minutes because pretty exhausted, but see you tomorrow.